For you, what's the most astonishing thing you've found out in this process?
The sheer amount of waste and fraud in the government. It is astonishing. It's mind-blowing. We routinely encounter wastes of $1 billion or more, casually. For example, like the simple survey that was literally a 10-question survey that you could do with SurveyMonkey, cost you about $10,000, was the government was being charged almost $1 billion for that.
For just the survey?
$1 billion for a simple online survey, do you like the national park? And then there appeared to be no feedback loop for what would be done with that survey. So the survey would just go into nothing. It was like...
In his interview with Fox News, Elon Musk said that his work with DOGE is almost done. If you Google, "is Musk leaving DOGE?" you'll find articles where people claim that he's almost saved the American government $1 trillion. Which has me wondering, what time frame was he talking about? Because he said $2 trillion per year he could save, but now he says $1 trillion. And I won't be surprised if it just casually slips in that that's over 10 years or maybe 100 years. Anybody can make up anything. The rules don't matter. Trump math is fake math, but that's fine. I'll let him say whatever he says as long as he gets the fuck out of government. He's not doing any of this for us. He did this for Trump's ego and his own ego. Now that it's backfired, ruined his personal brand, destroyed the value of Tesla, and cost him about $200 billion, thinking we're only a couple of weeks away from Trump and Musk standing together on an aircraft carrier with a giant mission accomplished banner hanging behind them. Meanwhile, the judges will continue to unravel most, if not everything, that they did together, and Trump will go back to golfing in trillion-dollar deficits, and we'll all go back to our mostly normal lives that we all know are just a little bit worse, thanks to Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, tech billionaire, Tesla CEO, part-time edgelord, and full-time chaos agent, is stepping down from his Trump-appointed role as the head of DOGE. Seriously, Elon Musk is calling this a 130-day tenure, and he says it's a revolution in government. He's claiming victory. He says, I did it. I helped cut the federal deficit by $1 trillion. And now with his mission accomplished, he's heading for the exits. Now, if you believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you. Let's be very real. This is not a clean exit. This is not a victorious receding back to running his businesses. This is a very carefully staged retreat. Now, let's talk about the real numbers. The actual numbers that Elon Musk's department claims to have saved are $130 billion. That's not $1 trillion. That's 13% of what he claims. Even the $130 billion has not been identified by verified by a single independent agency. It's a bullet point. Now, when we dug into the details last week and the week before, we found that some of their $130 billion in claimed savings were things that actually date back to programs eliminated under Biden. Some of the claimed savings were decimal point errors where they overstated by orders of magnitude the amount of savings. Others are canceled programs that haven't actually even received any money, and the actual savings is zero. So even what they claim, Trump says, Musk says, we saved $1 trillion, we cut $1 trillion. Their real bullet point is we saved $130 billion. The audited bullet point is close to very, very little. So this is how Elon operates. You overpromise, you underdeliver, you lie, declare victory, and disappear before the consequences hit. And what Elon Musk is now trying to do is get out before the layoffs and the program cuts and the sloppy spending slashes start to hurt real people in an even more serious way. He's cutting and running right as the lawsuits are starting to overturn.
My understanding that he replaced the communications contract for the FAA with his own Starlink program. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And it's also my understanding that Mr. Elon Musk, who has also infiltrated NOAA, which is the agency that does our weather service and tells the Americans and the world that, what's going to happen with the weather, that there's also indications inside the agency that he would like to have SpaceX become the primary contractor for the satellite systems for NOAA. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And we've also heard that Mr. Elon Musk, who the DOD secretary almost gave access to secret war plans for China last week, is also angling to get billions of dollars in new contracts under the Department of Defense. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So I don't know about all of you guys, but this sure looks like a scam to me. I mean, right, they're calling it waste, fraud, and abuse, but really what we see is a special government employee who's a private businessman. He's the wealthiest man in the world, and he is literally infiltrating these federal agencies that he has a personal financial interest in. He's cutting the programs, he's eliminating staff, and then he is essentially positioning himself to put into place private contracts.
Elon just hit us with a hit and run, y'all. So he came to America. And mind y'all, he from South Africa. He coming to this country. They make him a new department in the government called DOGE, calling it Department of Government Efficiency. They allowed this man to go in and just eliminate anything he wanted to, because they said they wanted him to find unnecessary spending within our country. But y'all, this man just lost 12 billion? So y'all all remember he bought the app called Twitter and changed it into X. He bought it for around 45 billion, and he just sold it to another company that he runs that's an AI startup for 33 billion. So essentially, he just threw away $12 billion. But this is the guy y'all want to come into our country and just eliminate certain departments to cut spending when he can't even save himself from that. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments. This shit.
Yes! Elon just got publicly slammed again. Look at this. Conservative influencer Ashley St. Clair and most recent baby mama to the world's richest man came out with the ultimate, the most personal screw you to Elon Musk ever. And now I will go ahead and say that this is from the Daily Mail, so take it with like a bucket of salt. But I mean, after Elon apparently cut her off via communications and also cut her child support by over 60%, she was seen returning her Tesla to a dealership in New York City over the weekend. And when asked why she was doing this, she was like, well, I gotta make up for that cut child support somehow. And when asked additionally if she thought that Elon was being vindictive towards her, she clocked him and was like, well, that seems to be his MO when women speak out, isn't it? Oh, I love it. And that's not even all. She closed out her statement by being like, I mean, check his stocks. Clearly, I'm not the only one who feels this way. Ashley St. Clair, I thought you were just another MAGA grifter, but girl, you're kind of slaying right now. Who says those two things can't coexist? Ooh, and I just know he is seething. Because not only is she shit-talking him, but she is shit-talking his company, which he just almost broke down in tears about on Fox News the other day. Because remember, America, protesting Bud Light is A-okay and in line with your constitutional rights. But boycotting Tesla? That's terrorism. So to me, this is literally the best thing I could ever see. But you know what, people? I think we can do better.
Finally, it is happening, and this is a win for many people. So, Elon Musk is stepping down as the head of Department of Government Efficiency. And honestly, I'm not surprised. From the moment Trump appointed him, people were already skeptical. And now, after the backlash, protest, and even Tesla losing billions, Musk has decided to walk away. But let's talk about how we got here and why so many Americans are mad about this whole situation. So when this department was created, the goal was to reduce government spending. But how did they reduce government spending? They were reducing government spending by cutting jobs, by stopping foreign aids, and by making decisions that hurt the regular people. And when people started losing their jobs, when they started seeing their own communities, their own neighbors suffering because of the action of DOGE, they got angry. The protest started, people started boycotting Tesla, and Elon Musk, who was known as a tech billionaire, started being seen as an enemy. And that's when things really started going downhill for him. Tesla used to be this big unstoppable company, but after Musk became involved in politics, things started changing. People who once supported Tesla started turning against it. Sales dropped, stock prices fell, and some people even started burning down Tesla showrooms. That's how much people hated what was being done by Doge. And let us be real, Elon Musk is a man who loves being rich, and seeing his billions of dollars disappearing, that must have hurt him. So now, after all of this chaos, Musk is stepping down. But is it because he really wants to? Or it is because he found that he was losing too much money? Maybe he thought he could get into politics and still doing his businesses safely. But it backfired. People don't want to see their tax money being cut while billionaires still getting rich. And now he's trying to escape before things get even worse. Let's talk about what Elon Musk has lost after associating himself with Donald Trump after becoming the head of DOGE. Elon Musk used to be a big guy, a tech genius, the founder of Tesla, the founder of SpaceX, the owner of X, the founder of Neuralink. He was a big guy with many innovations and he was admired for that. He has a big fan base. But after getting into politics, he started losing his own reputation. Many people considered him to be a genius guy, innovator, have started seeing him as an enemy who is betraying them. Imagine that people who own Tesla cars started rebranding them, putting on the logos of other car companies. Now, just by getting into Doge, Elon Musk has ruined his own reputation. The second thing that he has lost was the value of his businesses. Tesla used to be a leading company in manufacturing electric cars. But when Elon Musk started getting into Doge, many people started boycotting Tesla. The Tesla shares went down. The value of Tesla shares went down. Some people started banning the Tesla showrooms. So he has lost the value of his businesses. Another thing that he has lost is that he has lost some of his friends. Some of his friends started cutting off him because they didn't want to be associated with the action of Doge. So now I think this is the right thing that Elon Musk is doing, stepping down, getting out of Doge. I know it will be hard for him to gain back his reputation, to gain back his own position that he had in the society before getting into Doge, but I think this is the best decision for him to make at this time.